Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. It is so good to be back in front of you guys again. I am so sorry that I took such a long hiatus, but today I have something very special. I have taken my time machine and traveled back to 2015 in Madden 24. We are going to be saving the Cleveland Browns in this video, guys. I know it sounds impossible, but I've done it today and I'll show you how. If you guys want me to turn this into some sort of series of going back and rebuilding these old teams, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It's much appreciated. Love each and every one of you. Enjoy the video. Alright, so here we are back in 2015 with the Cleveland Browns, and they've got one of my all-time favorite quarterbacks on their roster, Johnny Football right here, and that is definitely Johnny Manziel. I don't know who else that could possibly be. So what we're gonna try to do, we're gonna try to rebuild this whole roster, and if we don't rebuild them by the current year of 2024, I fail. It is over. And I mean, the O-line's really not looking that bad on this roster. Michael Schwartz, Alex Mack, Joel Bitonio. This guy, just every other part of this offense is a little rough. Defense is pretty okay. They got a young Danny Shelton here. I think, yeah, rookie year. So, I mean, there's a real chance that this team could do pretty okay this year, but I'd like to have a high draft pick so we can rebuild. And I would love to be able to stick with Johnny Manziel for this whole rebuild, but we do have Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow and a lot of other good quarterbacks coming up in like 2 drafts, so I guess we'll see. Alright, so for this first season, I really don't think I'm going to do too much besides let the roster just be the way that it is, and I will see you guys at the playoffs and see how we do. I am trading away Joe Hayden because he is costing us 12 mil in cap space for a 73 overall cornerback, and nobody even wants him, so. Okay, I just traded him away for a 6th and a 7th because I really could not get anything for him, but at least he's now not wasting our money anymore. I'm gonna assume that we did not do very well because I can see it right there. We went 6 and 10. But I must have forgot to turn off coach firing because I just got fired from the Browns. Okay, here we are, guys. Back in. We went 6 and 10 this year. Not even the worst in the division somehow, but I'm gonna take a look at the roster. Nobody really developed at all. Johnny Manziel is currently down 3 morale, actually. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he probably didn't do very good this year. Defensively, Isaiah Campbell I think his name's Isaiah Campbell. Ibrahim, I don't want to butcher that name. Campbell has developed to a superstar, and other than that, I mean, it's kind of a rough-looking defense here. The cornerbacking group is not very good, but let's just quickly go over to the stats and see how everybody did. Johnny Manziel, 1,300 yards, 1,300 yards, 3,000 yards, 14 touchdowns to 20 interceptions. I don't really know why he's got this QB of the future tag, because he is not going to be the quarterback in a year or two. Rushing was really tough. Hey, Duke Johnson is a rookie. I mean, you know, he had 300 yards in this horrible rushing game. I mean, this is just terrible. Receiving, Josh Gordon putting up numbers. You know, he was always a good player. Sucked that he was on the Browns and, you know, smoked weed too. But Michael Schwartz let up a lot of. Joe Thomas, wow. We let up a lot of sacks this year. I mean, part of me might think that maybe that's just Johnny Manziel being dumb, but I don't know. Defensively, Carlos Dansby led us with a ton of sacks. TFLs, 21 for Desmond Bryant. No sacks, really, though. 4.5 for Paul Kruger. Danny Shelton, pretty rough rookie year. I would have liked if he could develop more. I'm not even going to bother checking the yearly awards because I know we didn't win any. So I am just going to jump straight ahead to re-signing players, and I will see you guys there. Oh, Josh Gordon, I'd like to bring you back for a little bit, man. I mean, you're not going to be a lot of money to keep. Could be a really good guy to have our QB of the future throwing to, whoever that is going to be. I don't know. I'm just like, everybody on this team is probably going to get replaced at some point soon. So what is the point in me re-signing any of these guys right now? I'm really tempted to just re-sign Michael Schwartz, but I don't know. Hopefully there'll be somebody better in free agency. All right, so here we are, free agency, and right off the board, I see Marcel Darius, who definitely a guy that we could bring in because God knows we need a D tackle. And I'm feeling like throwing a ridiculous amount of money at him for the next 5 years. Any quarterbacks out here that maybe could be a transitional guy for us here? Kirk Cousins, 67 overall. Nice. Okay. We need a lot of help on this squad, I think. And there's just not a huge portion of players that are here that to help us do it. Olivier Vernon, I can bring you in for a couple of years, you know? Maybe you develop a little bit. Marcel Darius, Mike Tolbert, Olivier Vernon, and Brandon Marshall. Gonna hope and pray we get all these guys. Would be a really good boost to the defense, and I can only just worry about the offense in the draft then. Okay, cool. We got Olivier Vernon. Cool. Good signings here. Mike Tolbert, might as well just move him to halfback if we can't get anybody good in the draft. All right, so here we are in the draft, guys. I'm not really entirely sure who we want to pick. My goal is Jalen Ramsey, but we pick a 9, and I don't think he's gonna fall back that far. Jared Goff goes to the 49ers, okay. Shaq Lawson. Bears take Carson Wentz. Broncos take Ezekiel Elliott. The mock drafts have the Dolphins projected to take Jalen Ramsey here. So I'm going to make my best effort here to try and get that pick from him. Okay, successfully got it true. Gave away Carlos Dansby, our current first, the 9th overall pick, a 6th round pick for this year, and in return we got Brett Grimes and a 2000 in their 5th overall pick. Why can't I talk today? Pretty obvious, like I said, who we're going to take. We are going to go down and take Jalen Ramsey. Gonna round out this cornerbacking group on defense. And obviously we have the advantage of knowing which players are actually going to turn out good. Kevin Byard, who turns out pretty good in real life, and we really do need a free safety here. 3rd round pick, I know this might be a little bit of a reach, but I'm going to take Tyreek Hill. Obviously turns out to be an absolute beast in real life. Apparently Madden doesn't think he's going to be that good, but all right, last pick that I'm going to show everybody, I'm going to take Devondre Campbell, and then I'm just going to sim ahead to the end of the draft. Only normal dev? What? That is not Devondre Campbell. Looking at the draft recap, we hit pretty well here. Jalen Ramsey, 83 overall. Kevin Byard, only a 70. Tyreek, 75. Devondre Campbell, 71. Tyler Johnstone, I don't even know who that is, 71. Corey James, 68, 68, 67. I want to quickly look. What overall was the... Oh, my lord. 1 of 1. 1st overall pick, Jared Goff, is a 68 overall. Nice. Okay. And then Carson Wentz goes to the Bears. So hopefully next year they don't take Mitch Trubisky. Who's the best player in the class? Oh, okay. Jalen Ramsey was the best player in the class. And then Nick Martin. Why was I about to say Martini? Nick Martin was the 2nd best, and then Jalen Smith. That sounds about right. But a lot of these guys, I don't know if this was their actual rookie ratings, and Madden, 17, I guess this would have been. But going into season number 2, this is what the roster's looking like. Definitely a lot of holes on offense. I think I'm going to move Mike Tolbert here to running back. Yes. Oh my god, he was only a 76 overall running back? What? Never mind. I guess you're staying at fullback. But anyways, like I said, offense looking pretty good. Defensively, I like a lot more. Jalen Ramsey, a lot of young guys here, really solid defensively. I'd like to say just need some developing here, hopefully. And then specialist, I am going to put Tyreek in the slot because in Madden, slot receivers get like 400 targets for some reason. I think we're going to stick with Johnny Manziel again this year. If he bombs, oh well. Patrick Mahomes is in the next draft, I think. Quick rundown. Here's the roster week 1. Looking pretty solid for the most part. Really just hoping that we get some development going this year. And yeah, I will see you guys at the playoffs. Whoa, okay. Here we are in wild card round of the playoffs. We went 10-7. Maybe I don't need to draft a new quarterback this year. Okay, here's the lineup going into the playoffs. Tyreek Hill has a superstar. Gonna put him up there. He's above Andrew Hawkins now. Defensively, Jalen Ramsey and Kevin Byard both developing super well. Up to an 83 overall as a team across the board. Let's quickly go and check the stats. Johnny Manziel, 4,000 yards, almost 4.5 thousand. 21 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Still not great ratio-wise. Rushing, still doing terrible in the rushing department. Really not getting up. Mike Tolbert, though, with 5 touchdowns. I will take that. Receiving-wise, oh my gosh, Josh Gordon, 1,500 yards. Andrew Hawkins with 1,100, and then Tyreek, less than I would have liked. 647. I mean, he's only a rookie, though. But yeah, Josh Gordon, that might be up for wide receiver of the year, honestly, that many yards. Blocking, Joe Thomas. Oh my god. What is going on with you, dude? You're one of the best left tackles of all time. 11, and then Andrew McDonald, 10. It's really not good. Defensively, though, I already see quite a amount of sacks down there. Brandon Marshall led the team with tackles. TFLs, though. Marcel Darius, 22 TFLs and 13.5 sacks. Definitely the best free agency pickup we could ask for. Olivier Vernon as well, 13 and 7. Paul Kruger, 11 and 8. Interceptions. Jalen Ramsey led the team with 3. That's awesome. Did Kevin Byard get any? No, but you know what? I will take that. Josh Gordon, 3rd for Offensive Player of the Year. We didn't have anybody else up there. Defensive Player of the Year, Marcel Darius beat out by Khalil Mack by 1. That sucks. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Taji Sharp. Didn't really expect Tyreek Hill to be up there. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jalen Ramsey was 4. Josh Gordon did win Best Wide Receiver of the Year, like I said. Thank God I re-signed him to a big deal. All right, so we are going up against the 8 and 9 Denver Broncos. Let's just hope and pray that we make it another week here. We beat the Broncos. Okay. Now we're going up against the 13 and 4 Pittsburgh Steelers, 91 overall. Wow, and the playoff run stays alive. Now we are in the conference championship against the 10 and 7 Jacksonville Jaguars, and we flattened them too. Oh my, this might be a really short video. Now here we are in the 2016 Super Bowl, something I did not expect us to get here. Had an incredible playoff run, started in the wild card where we beat them. We barely beat out the 1 seed Steelers. Then we smacked around the Jaguars in the AFC Conference Championship. And now we're going up against the Falcons, who I think this was the year they made it to the Super Bowl in real life and lost to the Patriots, I want to say. I'm not entirely sure. Here's the roster. Josh Gordon's up to star. Tyreek at superstar. Defensively, Jalen Ramsey boosted up to a 90 overall. Best play. Marcel Darius up to a 96. And then Kevin Byard rounding out the top. Pretty solid team overall. Really don't think we deserve to be in this position quite yet, but I will take it. All right, so here we are in the Super Bowl. All I'm going to do is just sim. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch the game and hope and pray that we win. Okay, up 7-0. We're driving 7-0 going into the second half. Oh, they tied it up 7-7. Brought it 14-7. They come down and tie it up. We're driving down the field, 14-14. Please. And we tied it. It's overtime. We won the Super Bowl in the 2nd season. There's absolutely no way we did that. Also, I don't know what Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis are talking about right now, but we beat out the 91 overall Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl with Johnny Manziel. Johnny Football has carried us to the Super Bowl. I'm shocked. I don't even know what to say. That's insane. And Tyreek's in the back. He's shocked. He's flabbergasted. How the hell did Johnny Football, Money Manziel, possibly take the Cleveland Browns to the Super Bowl? That is just unbelievable.